Bordeaux are on the rise after they beat PSG in a shocking counter out in Ligue 1. As for the chasing pack, what do? We'll take a little look at it next. Guess what? I'm in a bloody car. Right, folks, back with you on another pretty show today. We take a look at Matchday about Swallow. I don't even know what it is in French. I don't even want to go there. But anyway, if you're new to the channel, bang your thumbs up, of course. Bang your subscribers. Keep your back up to date with all things League unrelated, Blackburn always related. Woo! Football related. I don't even know where the camera is. Is it here? Is it the bloody there? There it is. I see you. Bloody see. Anyway, we'll talk about that in a minute. I want a big shout out, of course, to the patrons behind the bloody scene. Support the channel as they do. Big shout out, of course, to those guys who keep on keeping on. So big kudos to those guys. If anyone else is out there wants to join the VIP gang and become the latest member of the Brotherhood, check out the link down below, patreon.com/bloody Roverseas. I'm in a car, so please forgive me any frailties, any little hiccups here, because it's not only hard to get this recorded, but it's hard to actually get connected to the Wi-Fi and keep up with the odds and all that kind of shit. So here we bloody go. Of course, we're kicking it off with my pickaroonies for Ligue 1 Uber Eats. That's right. Let's get into it. Reminder of the scoring criteria: 3 in the straight face game, 4 to 7 in the straight face club, 8+. That's right. You're in the top bins. We're going to start with Stade Renz against Bordeaux. That was a Friday night kickoff on the 20th of November. And according to my bloody computer, they don't know who scored, because they don't know. They just don't know. It was a 1-0 win for Bordeaux. I might be able to tell you the goal scorer in just a second, if you bear with me. Come on, internet. What the bloody heck are we looking at here? I want to see the score lines. Goodness gracious me. But it was a 1-0 win for Bordeaux, I'll tell you. I might get to it. I actually went with the 2 win for Stade Renz, of course, but got the one wrong. So, yeah, not too great there. But, yeah, goal scorer for Bordeaux was Hatem Ben Arfa. Wow, that's the name from the past, of course. Formerly of Newcastle, formerly of PSG, formerly of pretty much all sorts of places. Next up, it was that surprise that I was talking about. 3-2 win for Monaco. 3-1 for me, actually went the other way, going in favour of PSG. Kylian Mbappe took a 2-goal lead for PSG, but there was the Kevin Volland show with a couple of goals there, and Cesc Fabregas kept his cool head after Abou Diallo got himself sent off for PSG to strike the winner. 3-2 win for Monaco. Big result that. Shakes up the table a little bit. Next up we have Brest cheeky taking on Saint-Étienne, and it was a 4-1 win for Brest. Goal scorers on the day: Frank Hoenrath on score sheet, Kevin Din and Journey, even Cardona and Stephen Mooney on the score sheet, of course, ex-Huddersfield man there. I actually went with a 4-1 win. No, actually, I went with a 1-0 win. My picks on the left, the real deals on the right. Mahid Kamara on score sheet for Saint-Étienne as they lost. So not too shabby there for me. Of course, Olympique Marseille against Nice, which was not very nice, was postponed. We didn't get to see it. I went with a 2-1 win for Marseille. But hey, on to the next one. Next up, of course, Nantes taking on Metz. That was, of course, on Sunday night. 1-1. Was the final score on that bad boy. Aaron Len Isanka on the score sheet for Metz for the penalty spot. Randall Kouloumayani getting an equaliser for Nantes, and all square that one. 1-0 for me. Pretty poopski for me, to be honest with you. Next up, Reims, they took on Nims, and it was a 1-0 win. We're not talking about that. We're talking about Lens. Lens took on Dijon. It was a 1-0 win. I got it right. I got it bang on the nose. I'll tell you who the scorer was that one, though. It was Leonard as Armin Koulimundo Meninga on the score sheet. I'm on the bloody car, guys. Give me a bit of shout. Give me a bit of respect. I'm in a bloody car. So it was a 1-0 win for Lens, of course. Got that one right. Got it bang on the nose. Montpellier take on Strasbourg, of course. That ended up as a 4-3 win, 7-goal thriller. Pedro Mendes, Andrew Delot with a couple of goals, and Gaetan Labordre for the goal scorers for Montpellier, with Kenny Lalala, cool name, Habio Diallo and Ludovic Ajorni on the score sheet for Strasbourg as they lost. Actually went with a 2-1 win. So you get my score, you double it, +1, and then you have that prediction right there. Bang on the bloody nose. Stade Reims, they took on Nims. We talked about that briefly already. It was a 1-0 win for Nims. René Repart on the score sheet for Nims. I actually went 1-0 the other way. So shame on me. Next up, Angers took on Lyon. It was a 1-0 win for Lyon. Timotine Kawandere on the score sheet for Lyon in a 1-0 win. Actually went with a 2-1 win, so ain't too shabby. And Lille wrapped it all up with a 4-0 demolition of Lorient to go back into second spot with Youssef Yensinzi with a couple of goals there. Luis Ajurdo, Jonathan Christian David as well on the score sheet for Lille in a 4-0 bloody demolition to move just 2 points adrift of PSG. It's getting tight at the top there. 4 points separate first from fifth. That's how tight it is, and hopefully we have a little bit of a season on our hands Renz. Of course, as you can see, I got myself 2, 4, 5, which is okay. It's not brilliant, but it's A-okay. So let's take a look at you guys, of course. But first, before we get into it, here's a quick look at the table just to show you that I'm not talking out my arse. It is PSG leading charge by 2 points. Lille there second. And then they're chasing bloody back. Marseille have 2 games in hand. Win both of those, and they could go as high as 20. They could go top. They could go bloody top, but of course, get them games played first, Marseille, because you seem to be COVID rabid. Dijon, Strasbourg, of course, are going down at the moment with Lorient, also in that discussion as well. So that's my picks, of course. We do have a live action prediction league for Ligue 1, so make sure you get stuck into it and take a little look at, of course, the games yourself. And we'll take a look at how you guys got on this time around. Then shall we, of course, kicking all off with Ivan Stringer. Hang on a minute, get back here. We'll get to Ivan Stringer in just a second. My computer, there we go. Ivan Stringer, he got himself, not too shabby. We are QPR did poop. Costas K, he's okay. Cody Gaho, he did bits as well. Give him a round of applause. Omar Esquivel, not too shabby. Well done to you, brother. Nutricia A, he's okay. He also did very, very well as well. Well done to you. Of course, Vincent Hong did poop. Magic Monday did shocking. Nathan Eva, though, hit a home run, of course. Hansworth, not too shabby. Okay, did okay. Russell Foss also did very, very well as well. Patrons kicking ass this week. Rushki also did very, very well. Nearly gave you a clap. Also did okay. Shepherd, absolutely killing it. Well done, brother. Well done indeed. Elgin Cow, well done to you as well. Kicking ass and taking names. Janet Bustler, not too shabby. Gaming Charlie did bits. Shane O'Donnell also did very, very well. And the D-Man also did very, very well as well. But this is, of course, the leaderboard for this week and this week alone. It's very, very tight. Just a couple of points separating 17th from top. Hansworth kicks ass and taking names, the leader for this week. So bow down to your king, Ivan Stringer. I'm Esquivel. Okay, Kodako, Russell Frost, Shane O'Donnell, and the D-Man coming at you at second spot, of course. But this is your overall leaderboard. After 11 weeks of action, your king ping right now. Bow down to your king, which is on Magic Monday. 54% success rate. And as you can see, as you may see, 52% as well for We Are QPR. I have been clamping down on the old predictions this week. As soon as Saturday kicked off, if any more games took place on Friday, guess what? You might have been lucky. You might have been lucky. But after Saturday, well, they get up, AM for me. Get them in there. Boom. If no sneaky business from Saturday onwards. No way, no how. I've come down. I am the prediction Nazi, and I'm going to come down, clamping down on you bastards who are trying to sneak a couple of points here, there, and everywhere. Because it ain't fair. Ain't fair if you go in there and change them. So I think these are pretty much as legitimate as they can be. Maybe that could be even more Nazi-fied, even though we don't want to go down there by banging out the old ripping the predictions on the Friday night. I could have done that. Could have bloody done that, but I didn't. So let's get going. Of course, we have a bit of a double match week. Well, a couple of teams have a double match week, so that's why I'm trying to get these ones out quick. On Wednesday night, it'll be Lens up against Nantes, of course. Let's take a look at this one then, kicking us all off. Of course, these two playing catch-up, of course, with the old COVID. We may have the odds. We do have the odds. We'll get to that in just a second, of course. And again, I haven't got full stats because I'm in a bloody car. I'm in a fucking car, guys. I'm in a fucking car. But anyway, the last 6, so these 2 wins for Lens, 4 wins for Nantes, and no bloody draws. Of course, the last time played each other was in Lens, of course. It was back in May 2015. Of course, it was a 1-0 win for Lens. Of course, in League, if I can get the goal scorer, I might just be able to get the goal scorer. It was Pablo Chadivera on the score sheet back in 2005-15, of course. Heading into this, Lens just one defeat the past 5 for them. That was against Lille, of course, 4-0 demolition. A couple of draws in there as well. On the flip side, just one defeat the past 4 for Nantes, of course, and that was against PSG. So this one's going to be tight. And all eyes will be on this one. So, those games usually pan out a little bit flat. Anyway, 11-10 for Lens for the victory. 23-10 is your draw. 30-5 is your away win. That is, of course, Nantes. Of course, Nantes coming to this in 14th spot. We're doing for them. They actually could go as high as 12th in the table. Lens coming to this in 9th and win for them. They could go as high as third in the table, folks. I'm going to go with it on this one. 2-1 win for Lens. I've gone against what I thought about. I actually thought about my head just then. It's going to be a bloody draw, but I'm going to go with a win for Lens to take it to the bank and keep on moving on. And a pretty good season for them so far. Next up, of course, we have Strasbourg against Renz. If the computer decides to bloody open up, it does. It's just a little bit slow. I am in a fucking car. Anyway, the last 6 between these two sides. Again, I've only got basic stats. Last 6, these 2 wins for Strasbourg, 4 wins for Renz, and no bloody draws. The last time picture that was in Strasbourg. It was a 2-0 win for Renz. That's back in August 2019 with Clement Grenier on the score sheet and Mbang Ningang on the score sheet with Abelard Nudo getting himself sent off for Strasbourg. Heading into this, Renz 3 defeats on the spin in all competitions, including Champions League. And the last victory was all the way back against Brest. Cheeky, back in 31st of October, just 1 minute 5 if you want to look at it in a different way. On the flip side, Strasbourg coming to 3 defeats on the spin for them. Look absolutely clueless right new. Look at the bookies odds on this one. 19 to 10 is your home victory on this one. What else do we have? 11 to 5 is your draw. And then we have 6 to 4 is your away win. That is for Renz. Of course, Renz coming to us in 7th, and for them they could actually go as high as 3rd. On the flip side, Strasbourg coming to us in 19th, and for them they could actually go as high as 17th in the table on this one. I'm going to go with Renz on this one. Yeah, I do expect them to oust Strasbourg quite comfortably, despite their form. I think they'll get the better of this one in the bloody end. Next up, we have Marseille taking on Nantes, of course. Again, Nantes double match week for them. Chance for them to get 6 points on the board, maybe even push up the table a little bit. But of course, I've got them losing the first one. Anyway, heading into this, the last 6 between 2 sides. Just 1 win for Marseille, 3 wins for Nantes, and 2 bloody draws. Last time picture that was in Marseille in the old Velodrome was a 3-1 win for Nantes on this one. I'm trying to get you the goal scorers, and there they come. Anthony Lamboni on the score sheet, Abdul Kader Bamba, and Alvaro Gonzalez with a big fat OG. Morgan Sanson getting the 1-0 goal for Marseille. Marseille come to this just 1 win the past 3. They've been flipping all over the place with postponements. They'll be taking on Porto at some point this week, I think. Yes, I think, if it goes ahead, of course. On the flip side, Norse coming to this, of course, just 1 defeat in the past 4. It could be one defeat in the past, or 1 win in the past, 1 or 2 defeats in the past 5, depending on what goes on, of course, midweek. Heading into this, of course, let's take a close look at the odds on this one. What do we have on the odds on this one then, shall we? Marseille 21 to 20 for the victory, 23 to 10 is your draw, 11 to 4 is your away winner. Of course, Marseille coming to this in 6th. Again, games in hand, but for them, they actually go as high as 3rd in the table. Nantes, of course, mathematically, they have 6 points on the table here. And mathematically, if they win both of those, they could go as high as 6. But if they win just the one of them, which potentially still in the cards right here, right now, they could go as high as 12th in the table. But I do expect them to lose this one to my boys, Marseille. 2-1 win for the home side again. Maybe get themselves back in the top 3 on this one. Next up, we have PSG against Bordeaux. Why have I jumped the gun here? PSG against Bordeaux. Let's take a close look at this one then, shall we? Of course, the leaders up against Bordeaux. Sort of mid-table obscurity at the moment for these guys. They played each other, of course, a whole host of times in the past, but the last 6, these 5 wins for PSG, 1 draw, and nothing for Bordeaux. Last time they played each other in PSG was a 7-goal Bobby Dazzler back in February 2020. Goal scores on the day, Edison Cavani, Marquinhos with a couple of goals, and Kylian Mbappe as well, with Huang Joe, Pablo, and Ruben Pardo on the score sheet for Bordeaux in a very, very tight game, and Neymar got himself sent off in the 92nd minute on that game as well. Heading into this, of course, PSG just won and winning 3. Of course, that was against Renz back in the 7th of November. On the flip side, Bordeaux coming to this just 2 wins in the past 5 for them, picking up wins against Nims and also against Renz as well. Of course, heading into this, what do we have on the bookies odds on this one? PSG 7-1 on for the victory, 7-1 is the draw, 60-1 is your away win. Of course, Bordeaux coming into this in mid-table at the moment. Win for them actually in 12th. Could go as high as 6th in the table. Of course, PSG currently lead the charge, and a win for them will maintain their top league stats no matter what goes on else bloody where. Of course, I'm going to go with this one. Of course, a comfortable win, 3-1 win for PSG to take it to the house. Next up, we have Lyon up against Stade Rennes. Of course, the last 6, 2 wins apiece and 2 bloody draws. Even bloody Stevens. That's right. I'm in the bloody car, lads. I'm in a bloody car. Of course, heading into this, of course, the last 6 seasons, unbeaten Lyon, picking up 4 wins and 2 draws in the process. Just 1 win, 1 defeat all season. On the flip side, Reims coming to this in pretty good form themselves. However, 2 defeats in the past 6 is not great, and still struggling in the table. 17th at the moment. Quick look at the bookies odds then, shall we? Lyon 94 on, Stone Cold Ferris 18-5 is short, 11-2 is your away win. That is Reims, of course. Heading into this, Lyon coming to this 3rd win for them. They could actually go 2nd in the table. They can't go top. On the flip side, Reims coming to this in 19th and win for them. Actually, does say 19th. They come into this in 17th and win for them. They could actually go as high as 14th in the table. It's going to be tight, but I think Lyon will nick it with their quality. 2-0 in the bloody end. Next up, we have Lens. Again, double match week for them. Potentially 6 points on the cards for them, taking on Angers. The last 6 between the 2 sides, 2 wins apiece and 2 bloody draws, including a draw last time around in Lens, back in Ligue 2, of course, back in May 2014, 0-0 draw. Heading into this, Lens just 1 defeat the past 4 for them. That was against Lille, 4-0 demolition. Of course, we already talked about it. On the flip side, Angers coming to this, just 2 defeats the past 6 for them. 1 win in the past 4, if you want to look at it that way. Look at the bookies odds on this one. I'll tell you in just a tickety-boo as I queue up the next You've got to be always on your toes here, guys. You've always got to be on your toes. The bookies odds for Lens, Angers 23-20. Your host 9-4 is your draw. 5-2 is your bloody away win. Of course, Lens mathematically 6 points on the table. Mathematically, they could go second in the table if they win both of them. I've got them winning the first one. Will they win the second one? Potentially. We'll take a look at it in a minute. Angers come into this, of course. 11th in the table win for them. They could go as high as 6th in the bloody league. That's right. I'm going to go with a 1-0 win for Lens to make it 2 wins on the spin, 2 wins in the week, and of course 6 points on the bloody board. Next up we have Lorient taking on Montpellier. Let's take a close look at these bad boys then, shall we? The last 6 is 1 win for Lorient, 3 wins for Montpellier, and 2 bloody draws, including a win last time around, which was in Montpellier in the Cup. It was a 7-goal Bobby Dazzler. Last time they played each other in Lorient was a 2-2 draw back in 2016 in Ligue 1, with Zago Torre on the score sheet, Sylvain Marvu for Lorient, with Sullivan Camara and Morgan Sanson on the score sheet for Montpellier in a 2-goal thriller there, or 4-goal thriller. Heading into this, Montpellier just one defeat the past 5 for them. That was against Reims, of course, back in the middle of October, back end of October, should I say. Just one win the past 6 for Lorient. That was against Reims, of course. Everybody's reading Reims, or Reims, whatever you want to call it. Oh my goodness, have I jumped the gun on this one? No, I'm on point. I'm on merit. Let's take a closer look then at the bookies odds on this one as we edge closer to the back end of this fixture list. Of course, the bookies odds. What do we have on the bookies odds? 9-4 for Lorient, 9-4 in his draw. 5-4 is your away win. Montpellier are your stone cold favourites on this one. Of course, Montpellier come into this in 5th, and win for them. They could actually go as high as 2nd in the bloody league. On the flip side, Lorient come into this actually in 18th spot, but win for them, they could actually go as high as 15th in the table. I've already given you the odds on this one. I'm going to go with on this one a 1-0 win for Montpellier to continue their recent revival and maybe push for those top 4 spots once again. Next up we have Metz against Brest. Cheeky. Let's take a closer look at these bad boys then, shall we? The last 6 C's, 2 is for Metz, 3 for Brest, and 1 bloody draw. That's right. Of course, the last match between these two sides was in Metz. It was a 1-1 draw in the French Cup back in 2019, but last time for each other in the league was back in Metz. It was back in Ligue 2. Of course, it was a 1-0 win back in May 2015. Habib Diallo on the score sheet for Metz as they took the 3 points. Heading into this though, Metz looking very, very good, unbeaten in 6 games in all competitions, 3 draws and 3 wins to boot. So that's not bad. That's not a bad bit of form. On the flip side, we have Brest, who 3 wins on the 3 wins out of 3 for them. I think one of them might be a friendly, but 2 wins on the bounce anyway in Ligue 2 or Ligue 1 action. Heading into this, we'll take a closer look at the bookies odds in just a tickety boo. I tell you what, my fingers, my bloody fingers. So take a closer look at the bookies odds for Metz against Brest, and we have 5-4 for Brest for the victory, 9-4 is your draw, 11-5 is your away win. That is Brest. Of course, Brest coming to this in 13th spot, but for them they could go as high as 6th. That would be cheeky, Brest. That would be a cheeky old Brest. And on the flip side, Metz coming to this in 10th. With them they could also go as high as 6 as well. 6 is on the table, on the horizon for one of these two sides if they could get the results their way. I'm going with a 2-1 win for Metz. That's right, to take it to the house. Next up, of course, we have Monaco against Nims. Of course, big result for Monaco. Can they follow it? Back-to-back monster wins. The last 6, those 2 wins apiece between themselves and Nims, and 2 bloody draws. Last time picture that was in Nims was a 3-1 win for Nims. That's right, back in February 2020. Last time picture that in the country of Monaco was a 2-2 draw back in August 2019. Islam Slamini on the score sheet, Wissam Ben Yedda as well for Monaco. Romain Philippodou and Kevin Denke on the score sheet for Nims as they took themselves a share of the spoils. Jemson also got himself sent off. Heading into this, of course, Monaco just one defeat the past 5 for them in all competitions. That was against Lyon, 4-1 demolition at the back end of October. On the flip side, just one win the past 5 for Nims. That was against Reims. Of course it is. Everybody's beating Reims, of course, on this one. Quick look at the bookies odds. We'll tell you in just a ticket as I queue up the last 2, or at least one of the last 2. Monaco. Bookies odds 9-4 on for Monaco. Stone cold favourites. 18-5 is your draw. 11-2 is your away win. That is Nims on this one. I'm going to go with Monaco on this one with a 3-1 win. And again, potentially that win could potentially shoot them to 2nd in the table. If I'm upset here with the victory for Nims, they could also go from 15th all the way up to as high as 14th. No big strides there, but they need to get the points on the board on this one. Next up we have, of course, Nice, which will be very, very nice, up against Dijon Mustard. Of course, the last 6 between the two sides sees 4 wins for Nice, 2 for Dijon, and no bloody draws. Last time picture that was in Nice back in September 2019. That was a 2-1 win for Nice. Casper Dolberg on the score sheet, Yusuf Attal as well, with Julio Tavares opening up the scoring for Dijon's on this one. Heading into this, no wins at the past 6 for Dijon. Actually, no wins all season. Nice have a nice sort of record, which is 5 wins so far this season, but without a win in 2, and that's both in the Europa League and also in the Ligue 1. Quick look at the bookies odds on this one before we make our pick. And it will be, what do we have on the odds on this one? Who are we talking about? Nice. Nice. Are they actually playing? I don't even know if I see the odds on this one. I don't think Nice's odds are in there, so this game might not go ahead. But regardless, I will go. We'll tell you what I think about this game. Of course, Nice coming to this in 8th at the moment, but with them, it could also go as high as 3rd. On the flip side, Dijon coming to this rock bottom, and the win for them actually could mathematically go up to 19th in the table if Strasbourg were to suffer defeat on this one. I'm going to go with Nice, which will be very, very nice with a 2-0 win in the bloody end. Wrapping it up. It'll be Saint-Étienne taking on Lille, of course, on 29th of November. Late kickoff on this bad boy. These two sides play each other a whole bunch, of course. About the last 6 forms for Lille, 1 win for Saint-Étienne and 1 bloody draw. Last time they played each other was in Lille. It was a 3-0 win for Lille back in August 2019. Last time they played each other, though, in Saint-Étienne was back in March 2019. It was a 1-0 win for Lille. Nicolas Pepe on the score sheet for the visitors. And Matthew Dubucci get himself sent off, as did Wahabi Kazari. A double red card there as they end the game with just 9 men. On the flip side, Saint-Étienne coming to this without a win in 5 in Ligue 1, sitting 16th at the table. Lille coming to this, though, just 1 defeat the past 5 for them. That was against Brest, and just 2 wins in the past 5 if you want to look at it a different way. A quick look at the bookies' odds on this one then, shall we? What do we have for Saint-Étienne? Saint-Étienne 19-5 for the victory, 30-5 is your draw. 4-3 on. Lille are your stone cold favourites. Of course, Lille, if they're victorious, guess what? They could go top of the pops. Oh yes, top of the pops with a big fat double. Of course, Saint-Étienne on the flip side, they could go from 16th all the way up to 14th in the table. Well, of course, that means a big result elsewhere. I'm going with Lille with a 3-1 win to take it to the house. And if I'm right, which I bloody well hope so, this is what the table will look like at the end of it. PSG leading the charge with 27 points on the board. Lille will be in second, of course. Lyon not too far away either. Monaco and Montpellier make up your power 5. Down the foot of the table, Dijon and Strasbourg going down. Lorient also in that discussion once again. But that's what I think will happen, of course. Get your picks in nice and early for the La Prediction League, of course. We get to the nitty-gritty stage now, of course. I think there's a winter break in League 1, of course, but we'll get to that later. But be sure to give your video some love in. Smash the thumbs up, of course. Smash your subscribe. We'll keep it up to date as we get closer to match day. And, of course, we'll be back next time around for match day number 12. 13. I don't bloody know. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, yes, I'm on the road. I'm on the road for ski. I'm in a car. I'm in a bloody car. And again, the videos will continue being in a car for the next couple of days. We'll be back next week, hopefully back in the studio. And hopefully we'll keep on keeping on. Be sure to give the video some love. Check out the links down below. Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, and all that kind of jazz. Again, if you want to support the channel in another way, you could become the latest member of the Patreon gang. So make sure you check that out. Until then, though, play safe out there. Mask up, 6 feet, and all that kind of jazz. And I'll see you all very, very soon. Till then, I'm out.